What's up you guys, I'm Raspreet Gill, welcome to the channel, and today I have a Mini with me that can actually fit in a country. Yes, this is the Mini Cooper S Countryman, and it has the John Cooper Works inspired kit that's going for it. And I'm about to tell you all about this car as well as take it for a good old spin on the road and figure out how good the Countryman actually is. Bench. So if I want to actually sit on it, I could actually set myself up, take a look at that barbecue cooking in front of me. Down there is my 2-liter petrol Mini's twin power turbo pulsating start stop button out here. You see that? It turned red. It is an absolute stunner on the road. At the front of the vehicle, it just simply has one thing that's going for it, and it wants you to look at it. It's just simply screaming out loud in your ears and telling you, turn towards me. All these chrome accents around here, across this honeycomb finish on the grille, as well as running all around the car, encapsulating it right across this side. It just simply emphasizes one thing, that it loves to be embellished in chrome. The Mini Cooper now comes with all LED headlamps, all LED fog lamps. Now the headlamps right up here, they even have a little bit of a Mini badge inscribed right there. We have the DRLs going all the way around it. Now these are not like those other Mini headlamps which are actually oval and they stretch right away across the back. I find those looking a little bit hotter, but this, based on the Countryman design language, it really goes well with the car. More chrome surrounding it right there. Down there, we have a little bit of a honeycombish finish as well as air intakes to give you that much needed Mini power packing performance. And it's all real. The honeycombish finish continues there, and we have another inlet right down there, giving it that bit of a rugged finish, because this is the Countryman and you could take it wherever you want, whenever you want, with your family. Now we have these couple racing stripes, blacken it out with the red, the dual tone just simply going hard on, a little bit of an indent that's uplifting in the bonnet right there. These stripes, now they come kiss down this chromed out honeycombish grille with that S badge right there. Now we have more of this black cladding going all across these wheel arches out here. 18-inch is what these are. John Cooper Works embellished right there in the middle. Love the finishing of it. It's a bit of that gunmetal tone that's going along it. All of this is just simply so damn rugged. I have my S badge out here with my turn indicator out there. This is just simply slapped on. Nothing really open there. Right up top here, I have these little bit of an egg-shaped wing mirror. It just simply sits on the door, giving you nice passage right there. Blacked out A-pillows, moving all the way across with these roof rails on the roof right there. Chromed out with these door handles. They even come with that comfort access package. This car, yes, you heard me correct. Basic BMWs like the 2 Series, 3 Series, they don't have comfort access, but you get it with the Mini. And that means you can actually open or close the door without taking the key out of your pocket. On the side as well, it's got that bulbous look. It's elongated. We're not looking at those 3 doors like we have on the other damn Minis out there. But this one, because it's the Countryman, it has that longer wheelbase. It's got that stretchiness about it. Now the back end, I have my LED brake lamps that are again covered up with chrome. Totally LED, and this actually doesn't have the Union Jack in it. Now you could get it with the Union Jack as well, but this one just simply stays with this round lit up design. Got my Cooper S badge out there, my rear windscreen wiper fits in there. This chrome treatment just simply continues. A bit of a spoiler out here as well with the brake light that comes in right there. On the rear end, at the bottom, I have my parking sensors as well as a bit of a diffuser. And my exhaust tips, they're totally real. And yep, they are chromed up as well. Now to open up the boot, all I do is swipe my foot underneath it, of course with the key in my pocket, and the boot just simply opens up and presents itself to me with 450 liters of storage space right in there. Couple of nets around here and here holding things. Now down here, I have my Space Saver spare wheel, but the main bit that's so damn fancy is this, a sweet little party bench. So if I want to actually sit on it, I could actually set myself up, take a look at that barbecue cooking in front of me, and just simply not bother about anything while I'm getting all of this padded support for my bottoms. Now to just simply get out of this, all I'm going to do is just slap that in that way, shut that, click this button right up top here, and the boot makes its way down automatically. Let's quickly get out of here, take a look at what's under the hood. Now underneath the hood, raise it up, and whoa, my headlamp cutouts have actually gone along with the hood. And just look at the way it just simply walloped all the way across, open that way. Right down there is my 2-liter petrol Mini's twin power turbo that makes 192 horsepower, 280 Newton meters of torque to give you some good fun on the road and heaviness under your foot. Getting inside the Countryman out here, I have a dorsal that says John Cooper Works. Really fancy. Getting in here, and I'm enveloped in Napa leather. The steering wheel as well is in Napa leather. Shut these doors, slam with a good thud. Another fancy bit out here I noticed is these door handles, when you open them up, they actually open with the buttons inside it. The overall setting, it's got this bit of a carbon fibery finish across the dash. Everything looks so damn cubby, every single bit. Talking about physical switches, right here what I have are toggle switches that are literally physical and remind you of being in an airplane. My start-stop button out here, flick that on the upper and you just simply enlighten up everything in the cabin. The same goes for your driving mode toggles out here, your auto start-stop button out there. Then we have an 8.8-inch infotainment screen. Mini terms this as the mini visual boost. For some reason, it's because it actually emphasizes this boost meter on the top of it. Overall, it's a nice cubby finish. These same toggle switches are right up here. I just love these. Imagine having toggle switches like these for your reading lights. I mean, that's super fancy. You can open the sunroof as well like this. It's as good as you're sitting in the fancy cockpit of your chartered plane. Put that down there. And now up top, the visors are nice. Just take a look at these mirrors. The vanity mirror as well out here. Woo! Really lovely. It's got this double LED lit up out there, making sure that whenever you step out of the vehicle, you're going to be looking good and neat. Put this down. It's one of the biggest mirrors that I've seen out there ever. Up top out here, we get an accessory package, and you actually have a tissue box that goes into this visor out here. There's a couple of clamps. These are all fancy touches. My glove region as well. Drop this down. It's got a little bit of a hunch out here, but it's deep enough. The gear lever though, I find it really jarring out. Maybe it should have been a little bit more stylish, going with all the style cues and elements that they picked up in the car. That too should have been there. It's a 7-speed sports transmission. It's a Steptronic. And yeah, pretty much. Where have you heard Steptronic before? In a BMW. And this is what it is now. They obviously own the brand and they've incorporated their stuff into the car. Because this is the pre-facelift that I'm sitting in, we're missing out on that 5-inch digital cockpit that would come out here. But nonetheless, this is pretty much minimalistic. It's got your speedometer all around it. You've got your fuel gauge on the side as well as the RPM on the left. You have this really tiny broadcast computer screen out here that gives us our range, the mileage, trip details for your average speed as well. Your digital speed if you want it there. Nonetheless, that even shows up right up there in your head-up display. I really can't stop touching these buttons, man. They are just the reason I'd get a Mini. One of the main things is these kind of buttons in my car. I mean, imagine just simply having a start-stop like that. It's super fancy. The materials as well inside, they're all soft touch, even right down up to your footwells. The dash as well, it's all soft touch. My upper door panel out here, that's a little bit on the harder side. Now speaking of that sound system, we're looking at a Harman Kardon sound system in this car, and because it's the JCW, the John Cooper Works, that's the only reason we get in the Harman Kardon in this one. My center armrest out here is nice, but it's actually nicer than you'd think, because when you open it, you get a wireless charging pad right underneath there. Slide your phone right in, it fits in snug, and there you have it. It is wireless charging. You don't want to take a look at your phone anymore, shut that down right there and concentrate on your driving. Now the center armrest out here, it's actually adjustable, so if I don't want it to be there, I could just simply raise it. I get a bit of storage down here, a USB Type-C charging port as well down there. It's not deep or whatever, it's just doable. And if you just simply put this down, it goes that way and you can actually adjust the height of it. I have an electric parking brake right out here on the center console, as well as a click wheel that lets me control my mini visual boost screen right up here. And buttons as well if I don't want to really use the click wheel so much. So my 8-inch screen right out here, it's slender, it just simply is cubby. That's the way they wanted to fit it in and they did that. Now my click wheel controls it, and I have my Mini option out here. It's also serving up as a touch screen, so you could directly click things. And then if you want to scroll as well, it is very intuitive, as expected really. You can get into your vehicle status, That'll give you your tire pressure monitoring system, your engine oil level, you can check your service requirements or whatever it is, as and when you need to. Your interior lighting, the ambient lighting is on. My ambient lighting colors as well, 12 of them in this cabin, and I could change those colors with this toggle switch. You notice we're going from magenta to a bit of orange, lighter orange. Set them up with that toggle switch. You know, we get radio, Bluetooth, navigation, Apple CarPlay, which is wireless, there's no Android Auto, and your radio. Now I heard the map display as well, it just simply flows. The touch response is very, very intuitive, and this display is one that looks beautiful now, with the whole map covering the entire region out here. And we get an Apple CarPlay. Sadly, though, Apple CarPlay shows up only on this much of the screen, but I like it. I would have definitely wished if it was a little bit larger, probably cover up the upper region as well. Down here, my shortcut keys, again, it's BMW designed up. Nothing's been assigned really. And out here, I have my dual zone climatic control system. Quite clearly you see, the moment I'm flicking it, my temperature shows up right in the middle out there, and it also shows up right up here with the way this is. So the moment I'm raising the temperature, you notice that the lights around out here, around this dial region, they actually light up as well. They change colors. And the same goes for the blower as well. So you notice as I increase the blower speed, it's lighting up around here. So it's a dual zone. The rear passengers, they just simply got to live with whatever you set up in the front. This is my drive mode selector. So if you notice, even the moment I flick that up here, it shows sport displays. You can actually get your sport displays, which shows the amount of power as well as the torque that's being generated. Really fancy, but all of this is shown in a more aggressive manner on BMWs, but right here on the Mini, it's been shown in a very funky way. So you notice as we're reversing right now with the rear parking sensors, that's the only one on this car, but there's a ring around the Visual Boost multimedia display out here. Even that's changing colors. So as we go more behind, you see that it turned red just as we close up there, and that's how funky this car is. Now I have my John Cooper work designed Napa leather steering wheel out here. It feels really good to hold with this red stitching underneath it. Got a really good grip and position up there. Media command control options on this side, cruise control options on this side, and it's typically Mini with the Mini badge across it in the middle. Just simply love it with the massive looking paddle shifters at the back. They give you a good grip with your hands right at the back. Yeah, overall, it's a good position. Now, when you want to reach or rake it, you notice this, that your driver's cluster as well goes up and down with the steering wheel. And that is, again, a first time for me. I've never really seen that in cars, but the driver's cluster is moving along with the steering column. Getting into the back seat of the Countryman, I have that same John Cooper Works door sill right down there. And yes, these seats at the back, they're super comfortable, fully Napa leathered out. Gotta say, now up right out here, it's hard to touch. My massive Harman Kardon music system continues. Got that chromed up door handle out here with that bit of ambient lighting as well coming out there. Overall, visibility from here is splendid because of these massive windows all across this vehicle, even at the back end right out there. Now, if you take a look at it, with a low transmission tunnel in the middle, 3 at the back is comfortably doable out here. Decent amount of leg room. The headroom though is excellent. Being 5'10", even a 6-footer out here would fit in pretty much comfortably. Air con vents out there, but no kind of climatic control system because it's a 2-zone right at the front. But I have a couple of USB Type-C charging ports down the armrest out here. Pull this down, you got a couple of cup holders out there. Sits in snug. And of course, the main deal that floods the cabin with light is this pano sunroof that comes right at the back end. It is the main deal really at the back out here. The seats are not reclinable or anything, but the under-thigh support and stuff is good enough. Missing that sunshade out here at the back. Nice stitching up out here on the rear doors as well. And these door bins, man, they're massive. And I believe that you could actually shove in a couple of 1-liter bottles in here and not worry about a thing. There you go. That is a massive door bin. Pulsating start-stop button out here. Fire up. Now my visibility around in the cabin, it's really, really good. Because everywhere I look around, I can see through everything. The glasses, the panes are so massive, there's really nothing that's obstructing me. A-pillows are narrow. Rear glass though, I wish it was a little bit bigger. That's the only downside. Love it the way there's no real blind spots or anything as well. But now we're moving in what is the green mode, which is actually for efficient driving and giving us better mileage and stuff. The claimed average on this car is at 14 km per litre. Now as for ground clearance and stuff, it's excellent, because even if you're seated with 4 in this car, you're not going to be touching most of the speed breakers around town. And right now in the green mode as well, I've got decent amount of throttle response and stuff, but enough of it. Let's quickly switch over to the medium setting. Notice the grunt that the engine packs. It surely does have it. But there you go. It's got a nice rush to it. Even while we're in the medium mode, you can floor it down. And she just loves to take off the car. Front wheel drive or whatever, but it's fun. It's just simply fun. It's pretty agile. You could throw it around, bumps and stuff as well, glides over them. You're still moving in this medium mode, and if you notice now, let's just flick it in a sport. There's a little bit more grunt that comes in, but the car holds the tarmac and runs. The braking is extremely on point as well. So we're still moving in sport out here. I'm going to just quickly decide to use these paddles right here at the back. And yep, it has a nice grunt. Engine does have a super grunt to it. The car can plow through a lot. The 190 horsepower it's felt. Suspension is brilliant. I gotta say, for something that's running 18 inches and it's sitting low like this, it's got something that's going on good for it, and certainly that suspension is that thing. It's got some super cornering. You just simply want to dive into corners. No doubt this is just the JCW kitted vehicle, and it's not a full-fledged JCW like the other Mini. I think if you're carrying your family in the back of it comfortably, it's a good choice because it's a very practical one. So that is my drive with the Mini Countryman. It certainly wasn't Mini in any way really, because it was all extraordinary for me on the inside. Now naturally the Mini Cooper isn't everyone's taste, and in India primarily it's because of that pricing. It deviates people from picking up a Mini. The Countryman itself out here in this JCW spec'd up kit works out to be 45 lakhs and above on road. And people who pick this up, they do it from their heart. They do it so that they could keep it for years, cherish it, as well as have their own customized feeling inside, because the levels of customization on this are unparalleled. You get so much of kit to put on, and of course, while it's such a cubby car, it really makes you feel like you've got it all while you're in it. Certainly it's a total head turner, it's got all those swanky looks, but people out here do prefer a sedan or something, or probably even an SUV when they're putting that kind of money down. Now this is an SUV, except that it's been hunkered down. Now, of course, the Mini Cooper has it all to go for, but yes, that pricing is where it gets pegged back. Nonetheless though, I had a great time with it, and if you do think you should go in for one, do that with your heart then. Now I'm Raspreet Gill, and if you do like the video, do drop a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I will bring more content like this shortly. Now I know I've had a bit of a hiatus because of my health and stuff, and I think I've been slimming down as well, but I'm going to be seeing you all more often from now on.